Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I want to talk to you about if it's time to sell Palantir. I mean, just today the stock was down 6%, all the way down to $23 from $27.50. That's almost a 20% fall from the top. So what is happening, and is it time to think about selling or is it time to think about buying? So please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and let's get going with this video. So first of all, let's find out why the stock is down 6% today. What I have found is a tweet by Arnie, and it's that our stock is downgraded to sell because it's egregiously expensive. The same analyst called the valuation unsustainable at $9, and the same analyst expected further downside when the price was at $7. Just saying. So we can already see that, yes, we did get a downgrade today, but that's by an analyst that has been quite wrong on Palantir. So that's like getting a downgrade by Chris Patel on Palantir. I really like Chris, but he's been very wrong on Palantir. The second thing is, if we look at analysts, not like they're correct, but you can see that Rishi from RBC says that Palantir is $5, while Dan Ives from Wedbush says that Palantir is $35. That's a slight gap. I don't know, what is it, like a 6x between these two analysts? So the analysts, when it comes to this company, completely unreliable. So what the heck is happening? Well, the thing is that we have rallied almost more than 50% basically after the earnings. And guys, no stock can go up 50% and not take a risk. Unfortunately, we can't go up in a straight line. And when this happens, the stock and the investors are just looking for any reason to do a pullback. This is my theory, right? And I want to show you something that happened right around this time. Me and Arnie Trezzi actually did a YouTube video that aged very, very well. The YouTube video was called Emergency Palantir Talk with Arnie Trezzi before Palantir reaches $20. And the reason why we did this talk is because what me and Arnie saw was that the company was executing unbelievably good and the stock price was going down, whereas every moment the company was surprising and executing better. So the company was going like this and the stock price was going like this. And basically we did this video and we talked about what I saw, we talked about what he saw, and we were in a very big agreement that 16 was the new 6. And you know, when Palantir was at $6, it was one opportunity, and now that it was at $16, because I just want to show you, take away my big head, that at the time when we did that video, you could see that Palantir went to $20. It went a little bit over $20. Here you had even Alex Karp and management selling. This is, by the way, just a nice reminder that just the fact that insiders are selling, it doesn't mean that the stock is going to collapse. So here you had Alex Karp selling. And during this time, there was so much good happening with the company. And the thing is, I feel similar vibes here because think about it. We have not really seen the full effects of the AIP boot camps yet. We still don't know what is the true conversion rate, how much these customers are contributing to the bottom line, to the top line. What is their net dollar retention? I mean, think about it. Just to have a net dollar retention rate, you need to have a year of having those customers and then the year after, so you can compare the year prior to those customers. So we don't have any of this data, right? And so far, AIP seems to be blowing everything out of the water. And on top of it, Palantir is starting to get more and more government contracts. And that's something that was very, very slow with Palantir. And even today, there came out a video by Amit. This is funny where I froze the picture. He's like, hey, guys. Anyways, so the video is that Germany and France basically fired Palantir last year because they thought that they want to have their own homegrown methods. And Alex Karp talks about this fallacy a lot, that companies and countries think that they can develop Palantir and they have like a 95% failure rate on trying to develop Palantir, and they spend hundreds of millions of dollars and they lose 5 years in trying to develop this product, and they're almost sure to fail. So it's much better just to, hire Palantir. You don't take any risk. And obviously, if you're a company like Tyson Foods, you're not going to be able to hire good software engineers. So, forget it. You're for sure going to fail, and it's way better to just hire Palantir. And basically what happened is, because of the war, Germany has a much higher terror level. And basically the federal government, there is some experts banging the drums on the federal government that, you need to cut out this BS and we need effective tools. And Palantir was effective, and we are taking a huge risk building our own tool. And plus we don't have the time to build out the new tool and for it to not work. So there's government contracts coming. AIP is doing insanely good. And then on top of it, this new thing came out, AIP now. I have had a very, very crazy week, so you can correct me in the comments. But as far as I understand, they made this announcement and they didn't fully explain what it is. I tried to go on this website, they give you a link, and it looks like they uploaded their AIP use cases. And let's say that my company would need help with AIP dynamic scheduling framework. Then I guess they have loaded up what different customers have created here, and I can request it for my own company. So this even, like the AIP bootcamps were like a huge innovation, and now they're even like disrupting their own AIP bootcamps, because what if companies can just even skip the bootcamp, press this request, and then they hop on a call with a Palantir forward deploy engineer or a bot, or maybe they watch some educational videos and then they run their own AIP bootcamp at home, and then they just sign up with a credit card. There is not enough information about that as far as I understand. Again, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but this could be an insanely huge thing. So if the customers don't even have to go to boot camps, they can from home try out Palantir. That is going to explode their customer numbers. So I'm definitely trying to get more data about this. So what I'm trying to say with this video is we have a company that is doing much better than I have ever expected them to do. They're executing insanely well. And this stock has rallied more. I mean, it went from 16 to 27.5 in 2 months. And that's like 60-70% up. That is completely unsustainable. You need to take a breather. And now I'm going to, I'm giving you the good points, but I'm also going to give you the risky, or, what is the risk that you take here. So the truth is that I bought Palantir at $6, and there I took very, very little risk with the stock. So then that was the last time when I added to my position. I was thinking about adding to the position when we were here at 16 and when we did that video with Arnie. Unfortunately, I didn't. And now we're at 23. So I personally would not be adding at this point. But again, it's because I have a full position on Palantir, one that I really, really like. But if you're someone who doesn't have a full position yet, or you are someone who's thinking about buying into Palantir, here's the catch. So if you're buying at this level, Palantir is overvalued at the current growth rate that the analysts think that Palantir is going to grow at. So that is a 25 to 30% growth. All the signs point to that. What I see is that Palantir is going to surprise us and is going to grow way faster, right? But that's the risk that you're taking, that if they just grow at 25 to 30%, then this stock is going to go sideways, or maybe even it's going to go a little bit lower for the short term. And, you know, I'm a very long-term investor. I'm probably going to hold this for, you know, 10, 20 years plus. So I couldn't care less. But I'm just saying for someone that is buying now. But here's the other catch. So you don't know if the stock is going to go back below 20 or you know, $16. So we currently have a 20% pullback from the top. It looks like the analysts are wrong about the growth of the company. It looks like the company is executing even better than we think that they're executing. They are soon going to be accepted into the S&P 500. We don't have the numbers yet from the AIP bootcamp, and those customers who were signing up last year, you should really start to see their revenue growth numbers for this year. But all of these are unknowns, right? So again, if you're buying at this level, you're betting that the analyst projections are too low. And again, in my opinion, all signs point to that. If the company just comes in line with what analysts think, the stock is going to stay the same or maybe even decline. So what I would do if I would want to build out, so if my position wasn't full on Palantir, I would definitely DCA at this point, start buying big chunks, because honestly, my best prediction is that we're probably going to be range bound. And then when the earnings comes out, depending on what the earnings says, it might be that we get a new leg up. This is what I think is the most likely scenario, that they will beat on expectations and and they will do very, very well after that point. But until then, we're going to go sideways. Maybe, I think it's a low possibility that we will dip below 20. Maybe we revisit the 16s. No one knows. But you cannot guarantee, you can only guarantee the price that you have on the stock today. So this is my opinion on Palantir. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you got value out of this video and you want to support the channel, we have a Patreon. We have a channel membership that you can join. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.